boy mistook the vacuum cleaner for a hairdryer. His hair was sucked in, he struggled hard to break free. Then he saw a red button, pressed it, something sprayed into the air. The boy immediately looked at the old man next door and quickly ran away. What sprayed out was a blob of paint. It fell onto a steak, but the old man didn't see. At dinner time, the old man cut a piece of steak. He put it in his mouth and chewed. The steak tasted strange today. It seemed like pain mixed with the taste of wood. He quickly spat the steak out. He guessed it was the mischievous boy's prank. Later that night, he sneaked into the boy's garage to investigate. He found the vacuum cleaner, turned it on. A golf ball was sucked inside, but he was unaware. Then he pressed the red button again. The golf ball shot out. The old man waddled toward the boy's door, planning to complain to his parents. He rang the doorbell, but was pricked by a pushpin. Then a bucket of water poured down on him. Immediately after, a bucket of flour was splashed in his face. His wife opened the door.
Only a boy, huh?
And couldn't help but laugh at his messy appearance. Dennis is the naughtiest kid in the neighborhood. He likes riding his bike, which is filled with all sorts of weird things. A string of empty cans is tied to the back, making a loud noise wherever he goes. Squirrels climb up trees in fear. Even the cats hurriedly hide. Neighbor George hears the noise, quickly heads back home, and locks himself in. He hides in bed pretending to be sick, but Dennis always comes to find him. Dennis can't wake him up.
Poor old Mr. Wilson must be so sick. No wonder he ain't up.
He opens a bottle of medicine, spills the whole bottle on the floor. He picks up a pill and tries to feed it to George, but George dodges, then closes his mouth. Dennis takes out a slingshot, aims at George's mouth. When the chance comes, Dennis gets scared and runs away. As soon as he gets home, his parents receive a complaint call. Dennis writes an apology letter and sends it to George's house. George isn't there. Dennis presses the letter under the dentures. Then he discovers a new world. The naughty kid placed the dentures on his own mouth and made a talking gesture.
I'm the doctor. Open up and say, oh.
2 front teeth chipped off and rolled down the drain. He quickly grabbed a wooden box and found a pack of chewing gum. A photographer came to take pictures of the old man. The old man picked up his dentures. When taking pictures, he smiled but refused to show his teeth. The photographer asked him to smile. He had to show his teeth. The photographer was in disbelief. Then the photo appeared in the newspaper. Just as he was about to get angry, the boy arrived. His parents wanted to leave the boy with the old man. The wife accepted the boy, but the old man was terrified. Sure enough, not long after, the boy scattered mothballs everywhere. He pretended nothing had happened. Then his attention shifted to the boat hanging in midair. He loosened the rope. The next moment, the old man stepped on the mothballs and fell. Then the boat in the air began to fall. Fortunately, he missed hitting the old man's critical parts. He almost retired early. Soon he was buried under garden lanterns.
I think I better go outside and play.
The naughty kid used nasal spray as a water gun. Soon, one bottle was used up. Afraid of being blamed, he poured the mouthwash into the empty bottle, but the mouthwash bottle was empty. So he grabbed a bottle of toilet cleaner, poured it into the mouthwash bottle. Finally, he could enjoy a bubble bath. He tossed and turned in the bathtub. Foam scattered everywhere. Then, the old man entered the bathroom whistling, stepped on the foam, performed a difficult move, struggled to get up, and found his pants were torn. He took a sip of the mouthwash, but hastily drank some water to rinse. Then he cleaned his nose. From the sound, he seemed to be enjoying it. He buried his head in the water and felt a bit better, but this made him a little delirious. He talked to the dog, gently stroked its head, gave it a passionate confession, and kissed it. His wife, watching from the side, was confused. The old man glanced at his wife, then at the dog, realized his mistake, but could only force a smile. His wife pretended not to know. Poor dog was kicked out of the door.